Hello and welcome to a compositing tutorial on After Effects and Cinema 4D. If you would like to follow along, visit my page for footages and source files. Alright, now we can talk. So, in this part, we're going to start creating all the elements that we need for our example, where we're gonna try to create, for example, the two. We're gonna try to create the cube, and yeah, we're gonna try to fracture them, how to randomize the fracture, and yeah, how to layer them. So let's get started on this one. So first thing we want to do is we want to create a box, for example, or we're just going to try to create a rectangle. Alright, and same way, I'm just going to go to the front view and I'm going to try to cut it. So this way, I'm just going to use the Bezier, and again, this is just a small recap for what we did before, but in a fast way. So as you can see, it's pretty much the same way. So I'm just using this tool and the vertex, and I'm going to try to make a shape that's quite nice to see. Alright, cool. And once I'm done, I'm just going to get back to my front view, and I'm just going to try to extrude this whole thing. Alright, and I need a mask as well. So I'm just going to put the mask inside the extrude, and I'm just going to take the rectangle inside the mask and the spline that I want to cut inside the mask. So in here, I'm going to change from intersection of the spline of the rectangle, which is going to be this part. Alright, so I can just go here and say A intersect B. So I'm going to have the intersection. That's quite cool. Alright, cool. Great. The next thing is I'm just going to duplicate. So again, hold Control or Command on Mac and release to duplicate this. And of course, I want to see the other part. So I'm just going to go to A subtract B subtract A. Cool. All right. So now we have our first part, and then we have our second part. All right. Now I'm going to change the object. So now we have two parts. Okay, so I'm just gonna select pretty much both of them, and I'm gonna try to extrude a bit. I'm gonna try to extrude a bit, go to object and just try to extrude a bit, maybe around 17. Yeah, cool. And yeah, that's quite cool. What I need to do next is I need to try and play with the extrusion a bit. So I'm just gonna extrude just a bit like that on the Z. Alright, try to explain on this one. Probably should put it in front actually. Great. Alright, I'm trying to put it in front so that I can have a shadow here when we create our light. And cool. Alright, now one thing that I forgot is I need to create a cap so that we can have that small highlight. So fill a cap, one. Alright, cool. Holding them both so that we can, so that we can change them both together. Alright. Now that's pretty cool. I think we'd better start creating our camera. So I'm just gonna create a camera, and I'm gonna change the lens to 18, and I'm just gonna zoom a bit, and I'm gonna try to rotate something like that, and I'm just gonna try to I'm just gonna try to zoom a bit, try to rotate a bit. I'm gonna try to move a bit. I'm gonna try to rotate this way. This is quite well. Always looking for these kind of angles. So yeah, not that much, I guess. Yeah, something like that. Keep it sweet and simple. And I want to see the whole object, obviously, and I don't want to rotate that much. So that would be cool, so that we can see the highlight here. Cool. So if we try to render, it's very simple because we still don't have shadows. All right. Now that we have our camera, that's quite cool. I'm just gonna go to camera. You don't really have to do this, but it's just that I'm a bit. I click a lot, so yeah, I tend to sometimes change the view. So this one means that I cannot change it. I will always have that view. And if I want to go to change the view, I need to click on this, so that I can see the view. So here's on my camera. Well, this is going to disturb me later, so I'm just going to hide it from my view so that I can see it. It's still there, but I just don't want to see it because it's going to disturb me later on, especially if I try to go here. See that? So I'm just going to go and hide it. Clicking 2 times on this button. Alright. Now, if I want to go back, I can just click here. Right? So I can do whatever I want, and then... Cool. Alright. What should we do now? Obviously, what we need to create now is we need to create a bit of light. We need to know our light, where we're going to put them and everything. But, yeah. Cool. So, I'm just going to create a material. I'm just going to put it on it, but that's going to be a problem. So what I'm going to do first, because I don't want to keep doing the material again and again and again, so I need to put them both in something so that I can control them. So I'm just going to go and graph and fracture. Don't worry about it. For now, we're not going to do anything about it. We just need it so that we can put these two inside it. And the moment we put it inside, we can just go and apply this to it, and yeah, it's nothing. This is doing nothing now. Normally it fractures stuff, but we're not going to use it now. Okay. Now, cool. What I want to do is I need to start putting my lights. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my lights. So first, I'm just gonna get this one, and we'll try. Let's try to see a bit the shadows. How does the shadow look like? Yeah, probably need to put it a bit up. Cool. I just want to get this really beautiful thing going on there. Yeah, cool. So we have this small shadows here. Right. The black background is quite disturbing me, so I'm just going to create a background. Alright. Now, yeah. Cool. Just like my, for example, our 3D Studio Max. I don't want to see black area there. Now, I'm just going to try to light up this whole thing until I get it perfectly. So, my light is here, so I'm just going to go and I'm going to try to push it a bit far away. Hold on. I'm just going to try to push it a bit far away. Alright, because I want to light pretty much the whole thing. I want it to play like the sun kind of effect. I just want it to light the whole thing completely. Yeah. Just wanted to light the whole thing just like that. Alright, cool. And of course I don't want it to affect the specular. I just want the light, and then that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, so we have a really bad shadow, so I'm just going to take off the shadow from that. And the shadow, I'm going to create it using other lights, because this has to be well lit, as I said again. It really has to be super clear. And to do that, I'm just going to create another light, and this time I'm just going to put this one, but it's too bright. So I'm just going to go to detail, and I'm going to use an invert. And I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. Right. I'm just going to bring it a bit down. And yeah, just a bit. Cool. Right. Just want to have something like that. I'm just going to push it back a bit. Alright, cool. Of course, with this one, it's quite alright. We want both diffuse and specular. Cool. Now we need something for us to bring the shadow down here, and we need this to be lit up. So basically we need to create a light here, a light a bit around here, and another light here, just so that we can light up well this place, so that we can have a small nice shining specular there. So I'm just going to duplicate this guy. I'm just going to put it there. You see, now we're already starting to have our speculars. That small highlight that I was talking about, see that? We're already starting to have it. So I'm going to put this one here. I'm just going to make it a bit lesser, somewhere around there. Alright, I'm back, and this is what I have. So yeah, now I fixed pretty much most of the things that I have. I guess we're ready to go and try to create a material. And to do that, we need something that is reflective and that is black in the same time. And to do that, I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna go to my specular. I need to see my specular quite well. So I'm just gonna go and try to increase a bit what's going on here, and I'm just gonna decrease so that I can see the specular quite well. And I need a reflection. Alright, and of course with a reflection the best way is to use a Fresnel. Let's multiply this one so that we can see more of our object. And I'm just going to go inside, and I'm going to use a physical render that I'm going to explain later. So just choose, literally just choose plastic, and yeah, change the color a bit, change it a bit bluish, like a bit like that. Cool. And render is quite well. See that? This is what I was talking about. Cool. Now what we can do is we're going to change our render. First I can see that my output is really small, so I want to have quite a wide, see that? Now if I try to render, I'm just going to have this much. Alright. And it's quite not HD at all. Alright, it's just standard definition. So I'm just going to go and go film and video and go HD and HDTV to 720x25. Right now, as you can see, this whole thing is broadened up. Even our camera now has increased a bit. Cool. Alright, now we have more detail and more colors. I'm not going to use standard, I'm going to use physical, and that's why I chose that. And physical is quite a really good renderer. And I'm going to change this from adaptive to progressive. Why? Because if I try to render now, you see, it's going to take time to just render the whole thing. And if I do progressive, it's going to keep rendering until I get more and more quality, you know? See that? It's just going to keep rendering until it gets the better quality. So the more I leave it, the better I get. Alright? So I think I just need to add a bit of intensity in here. Just a bit more. Beautiful. Beautiful. And this one, I should just move it back a bit. Cool. Alright, now this is cool. What yeah, this is pretty much it. What we need to do now is we need to create our other stuff. So before I go to the other stuff, I can see that my scene is quite messed up, so I'm just gonna go and clean it up by just putting everything here, just putting scenes here, and I'm just gonna call this scene it is very preferable that I take the camera off down. Cool. So now if I want to not see these things anymore while I'm working, I can just, you know, get the whole thing. But to do that, you have to hold control when you're clicking here to affect everything, or else that's not gonna happen, because if I don't create control, then yeah. Cool. So yeah, let's just hide this for now, and beautiful. Now we're gonna go and create our second two. So I'll see you guys on the next part.